Our first intention is to release any pain, any stress, any tension that we're holding in our body. We don't need to know how to do this. Visualizing the ceiling is made of glass, a beautiful full moon energy, and where you are in a sunlight, so you can tune into the solar energy of the day. We'll tune into the lunar energy of the night. And even though we're coming at it from different aspects, we're still working with the light. It's also reflective of the northern hemisphere coming into the summer and the southern hemisphere coming into the winter, through the spring and the autumn. And those different phases we're in at the moment. And tuning into the energy of the light that's pouring into the room and just taking it in. And just in front of you, just allow yourself to form a cloud, a grey cloud. And on that cloud, just to breathe out any pain, any stress, any tension, reflecting on the week, anything that's caused you frustration or sadness, anything that's taken a lot of energy, mentally, emotionally, physically. Or even if you're not aware of what it is, just the energy, the feeling of it. Just noticing any pains in your body, any aches in your body, any heaviness emotionally, any anxiety, any stress. And just drawing your focus on the light as you take that in, and using that to breathe up and release through your intention, through your vision, through your breath. Just going to take a moment to reflect again any conflict you've experienced, any challenges, anything that hasn't been resolved that needs to be resolved, anything that's on hold or waiting, noticing that. Breathing into the light and just breathing up onto the cloud, any pain, any stress, any tension. Take 3 more deep breaths, and on the 3rd breath, I'm going to start to blow and project this big cloud out of this ceiling, up through the ceiling, up through the roof, higher and higher, up into the sky. Darkness of space, as the planets and the stars, and you can see the biggest, brightest star or planet in the sky. Just breathing out, release. Into that star, and just feeling that star or that planet exploding in light to be transformed with love. All of that energy. Really deep breath out. With your body sinking into the chair, or the cushion, or the bed, or wherever it is you're lying. Now we set the intention of openness. Open hands, open mind, open heart. Open hands, open mind, open heart. And just as you breathe into your heart, just notice if there's any restriction across your heart, any pain, any tension, any tightness around your heart. Just visualize a beautiful flower and just reflect on the word for a moment, gentleness. Gentle, beautiful, fragile flower. Gentle, beautiful flower. And just gently allowing it to open without pressure, without demand, without force. To allow it to find its natural rhythm to open. Open in your heart. Openness. Open hands, open mind, open heart. From this place of openness, just take a moment to set your own intention for the evening. What it is you most need. What it is you'd most like to receive. And if you're not aware, then just bring that into openness. And from this place, I surrender my will to be a clear and accurate channel of love, of peace, of healing, and wisdom. Oh, na ye, oh, na ye, ha na ye, shamina la ye, shalina me ya kunsha. Dia shalima, he kuramana Yeshunia, hina me yaula, kishaye, maye nunaye, shamina sha, amina. Yeah, 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 Maya, Maya, Yichame, Shulame, Tikiat, Shamaya, Upanisha, Hila, Hilayin. Oh my, Omesha. Yeah. Greetings, good evening, and welcome to you, my dear beloved friends. Greetings indeed. Beloved friends, I started this night with a blessing to each and every one of your beautiful hearts, a blessing to each and every one of your families, your friends, those that you love, and of course, completing with a prayer to humanity. I want to begin by looking at the sacredness of life, the sacredness of your life, the sacredness of your purpose here, and the sacredness of all things. And this is very important, beloved ones, because it is especially important now, especially important in understanding sacredness is not only for prayer, is not only for meditation, it is not only for ritual, for magic, for directing and focusing energy and creativity, that sacredness is the very essence of all of life. And important, beloved ones, to see and value the sacredness of you. Absolutely, indeed. This is paramount in what you are facing, the bigger scale of what you're facing, collectively and individually. And also the very blueprint of your being. And we're going to look at health and longevity, and the longevity of you, beloved ones, not only as souls, but more importantly at the moment as human beings. Because the human beings obviously is what is at times the greatest challenge, to be human, to find the sacredness in all things, and to value and respect the sacredness of you and for those all around you. There is a collective energy at the moment of irritation and intolerance. And this is a collective energy that you will all be maybe experience from time to time, which may be acting out in your life, for some of you with those that are family members, people that you are working with, people that you are living with in particular. And it's not about judgment about that or anything regarding the reactions that you're having around it, but it is actually to see a much deeper um, collective energy that is being experienced, and to find, the inner resolution to this through your own inner reflection, rather than outwardly dealing with it, inwardly reflecting and observing the sacredness of what is happening. And indeed, noticing, beloved ones, where your energy is invested. For some, people are lost in others, love of them, others affirmation or approval or appreciation of them. Some are lost in things, as in what they do in their work, or how they earn a living, or what they put their value to. And so all of these things are a collective inner journey. I have said to you, dear ones, and those that have known me for a while, that your bodies are meant to last hundreds of years, 200 years, 150 years, and as does many of the masters and avatars that are still on the earth do live a very long and healthy life. But I want to look at, dear ones, what that is about. And it is not only about food and meditation and rest, but it is about something else. It is about the collaboration of each cell within your body to work together. So when there is a harmonious environment inside of you, there is a harmonious relationship that each one of these trillions of cells has with each other. So if you are rushing in your mind, you are rushing in your body. If you are resenting and angry in your mind or in your emotions, then already you have put disharmony and diseasement within your body. So it isn't just about intense and deep traumas. It is about day-to-day living. And as you know, the new paradigm of energy is not about plunging the depth of emotion to do deep cleansing and healing. Many of you have been doing this over the last 20 or 30 years. And of course, that has been important. Now we are focusing on the light, focusing on the energy to support and to love and to create a loving space to support those other aspects of you, some call the shadow, some call the rogue cells or the parts of the body that are giving them jip, you call giving it jip, as in you might have pains in your legs or in your knees or struggling with some kind of health issues that are ongoing or have come up or are being here. And sometimes it's been translated through the healing journey that you know there's something you need to do and work on more so to heal it, and wanting to come from it from a different approach with self-reflection, sacredness. And it is more than just the understanding of self-love or universal love. It is about the very creation of your essence, the very creation of your essence that created you and brought you here. And understanding, beloved ones, that you know all of you have a purpose and a reason for being here. And for each and every one of you, it is a different purpose. So you cannot really ever compare with what somebody else is doing. You can admire and be inspired, of course, by things that give you some inspiration or affirmation or a sense of realization in looking at things from a different perspective. But it is always about self-reflection, as in my purpose. There have been people over time that have felt that their purpose is less than others and not as valuable, not as worthy, or seeing other people's journeys are more glamorous than their own, and missing that actually every single one of your journeys is sacred and purposeful. And when you feel that you have a skill to offer, or that you have a gift to offer, and whether it's just your smile, whether it is just a positive word, whether it's just an experience you've been through that can comfort another, whether it is something creative that you have, or whether it is just making the world a better place by being more loving and compassionate, then this is a very sacred and gracious and beautiful gift to have, and important to recognize the sacredness of that. When you have dedicated your life to wanting to be a vessel for love, to be a vessel for light, to be a vessel for healing, to be a vessel for service, then, dear ones, the true nature of that dedication or commitment is not to try and bargain as to when and how that happens, but to truly allow the light of the Creator to work through you, and to know the very best way and where to put you, how to put you, when to put you, and how that's going to look like. And to recognize those moments for when that is happening and when that is occurring. And to feel that calling within you, that knowing I'm not just here to furnish my own life. And through that energy of commitment, then you are given strength, you are given resilience, you are given courage, and you are given more energy to draw from. You are also given more responsibility in that you can't unknow things, and once you know something or you are aware of something, you can't turn a blind eye to it. Well, you can, but there is a different consequence to that than for that if you didn't know or weren't aware. This isn't in a way of punishment, but it is more of a feeling of disconnection when you choose to avoid something that is in front of you, that is asking for your love and attention. Tonight I'm bringing a very gentle energy with me, and hopefully you'll be feeling that. I'm bringing a deep sense of love and compassion and gentleness for all of you. And this is very, very important, because this is very much what you are all in need of at the moment. And it is not a time for making grand plans. It is time to very much enjoy this retreat that you have been given, to self-reflect on your own life, to self-reflect where you have been rushing your mind or rushing your body, or avoiding feeling and engaging with your inner process, and how you are nurturing yourself, how you're nurturing your body, how you're nurturing your energy, and how you value food, the sacredness of food, the sacredness of the energy that goes into it. And even if it's a very simple something, that is still a sacredness. And as you take that in consciously into your body, then your cells are nourished. If you are focusing on something else, watching something else, talking about something else, or worrying about something else, then there is a very different response to how that food is digested and absorbed, not just physically from a practical point of view, but energetically from those cells. So all of those cells in your body that want to work together harmoniously are asking you to give them that environment to do that. So a troubled mind, a troubled soul, a pressured or anxious soul is not going to be able to create healing, is not going to be able to create miracles. So you can do as many courses as you wish and go to as many practitioners as you want, but it is not going to work, or it may to a degree, if the environment within yourself is not receptive to that. If it is your mind that is saying to you, pressuring you to hurry up and get on with it, and to do this and to do that, then it's not going to work. But if you are able to come from a place of absolute openness, absolute surrender, absolute trust within you towards the practitioner that you're working with, or towards the food you're eating, or towards whatever you're putting in your body, then that is what is going to be the greatest support to the cells and your physical healing and the miracle maker that is you. Now, often people ask me, I have been prescribed this by my doctor, or I've been prescribed this by my herbalist or my naturopath or whoever it may be, or I've been advised to do this by my counselor, or I've been advised to do this by this person or that person. And what should I do? And you know, it's really interesting, because 10 years ago, 20 years ago, we would have processed that and we would have come up with the answer. or I would have long before that given answers, as I was helping and supporting people to begin to trust their own inner guidance, to feel the difference in the resonating of energies. But you know now what I say to you, beloved ones, and again, it's important, especially now with all of this vaccination information going around, and there's various incredible research going on with quantum scientists, neurologists, and spiritual practitioners, and many, many things that are going on. It is the energy that you take something with. Just as I said to you before, if you plant an apple seed, you're not going to get a walnut tree. So if you approach anything with worry or anxiety, then the reaction that you get will be a bigger version of the seed. It will be the tree of that. So you have two choices. One, to say no, or two, to say to you, no, if this doesn't feel right to me. And if you're asking, then it means you've got doubt, because otherwise you'd be clear and you'd be happy to follow the information or advice or food or whatever you were being advised to take. But if you've got doubt, then there are two reasons you've got doubt. One, because your anxiety means that you have lost trust in yourself to make the right choices, that you have translated or interpreted things you've done before as wrong, and that you're carrying this feeling that you can't trust your own guidance or belief about it. And so therefore you're anxious to take it, but you're also anxious not to take it because you're in a place of anxiety and you can't be clear. Or number two, your inner guidance, your higher self is saying to you, no, not now, or no, not ever. So there are these two places. And so whichever one is right isn't so important in that moment. What is important is to say, well, if I take this and I feel anxious, then I am taking into my body something that my body is not going to receive very well. So there'll be a reaction. The other thing is, if I don't take it, I am worrying and I'm thinking and I'm processing it and ruminating about it. So I'm already taking into my body a form of poison through my thinking and my emotions and my body's reaction to my anxiety. So therefore, either way, it's not working. So I will say to you then, what is going to give you the greatest relief? And just to take a moment and to breathe and to say, what will give you the greatest relief? To trust in this, or who has been advising you and believing in them and trusting in that, and not only trusting in that, it's not so much you're trusting them, it's you're trusting yourself, because you're still holding the power, because you at the end of the day have the choice. Or do you say to yourself, I'm going to have more anxiety if I do it, because I'm going to wonder whether I made a mistake, and that's going to cause me a lot of worry. So this is important, dear ones, at the moment, making decisions from a place of peace and a place of calm. And even if that decision is not what you've been advised to do, or what someone else wants you to do, whatever brings you the greatest sense of peace. So, there are some practitioners that talk about the placebo, that people can very much believe that something's going to help them and they take it. And then you have people that believe that something's not going to be good for them, and so it isn't. The power of that is stronger than the actual medicine or the food or the choice that you make, because your life is a continual series of making decisions, making choices, and those decisions, don't always come conveniently to you or to others. And sometimes you're put in a situation, and of course you know that this is for your own growth, to grow and to expand and to move beyond what's comfortable, and you're always being stretched out into something bigger. But it is more about what is going to give me the greatest sense of release and relief. And that's why, really, dear ones, every one of you are unique and individual. And that really the guidance that you have is ultimately coming from that place of trust and that place of well-being. But if you haven't trusted yourself in your life, if you feel that decisions you've made have not taken you where you thought they would, or if you had an outcome that you expected to be a certain way that did not, then, I've often listened to you, dear beloved ones, and I hear you saying, well, I did this and I have ended up here. So how does that work with, everything I've done? And I'm saying to you, well, where did you think you were going to be? And what was your motivation behind doing what you did? Because surely the motivation to do anything really is what, dear ones? What is that? Take a moment, take a breath. What is the motivation behind decisions you make? What is the carrot for you? And if we look at it from a basic level, many people say, oh, because it feels good or it feels right. And sometimes it's like, yes, but if we go a little deeper into that feeling, what is that feeling? What is that reward, or what is that gift that you are hoping for by making that decision? What is it you're wanting to feel, but where is it you want to be? And ultimately, what is that calling within you? So the resilience within, the strength, the resilience, and your longevity is about harmonious environment within your body, created by a harmonious mind and a harmonious heart. And for many, this is a very challenging task to be able to do, because of the many things that are going on that call you out of this peaceful place, that you are getting prodded and pushed here and there. You are getting provoked, seemingly, people around you. Everybody has an opinion of what is good, what is bad, what is wrong, what is right, which way is the right way, which is the wrong way. Yet if you come back to it, dear beloveds, come back to even the decisions you make of what food you put on the table, what meal you make, how this nurtures you, how you eat it, how you digest it, how you value it, the sacredness of that food, how it was grown, the light, the earth, everything that went into it, for it to be being received by the cells within your body. And feeling them thanking you, when they're feeling the nourishment of food, the nurturing of food. And there is no better nourishment of food than a food that you make for yourself, or that someone makes for you with love that is around you, which is so much better really than going to a restaurant or a cafe, even if the food's beautiful there. And some of them, of course, do make it with love. But there is a different energy when it's fused with sacredness, the sacredness of your awareness as you take it into yourself. So tonight we look at the sacredness of your cells, the resilience of your cells, the environment you've created inside of your body and in your mind, any intolerances that you're feeling, anything that has begun that is ongoing, and knowing that any diseasement begins first in the consciousness. The last place for it to arrive is in the physical body, and anything can, in its environment of harmony and balance, be restored. And your cells, they want to work together. They are joyful, they are happy little cells given the right environment. When they are allowed to play, they like little orbs, like little children, playful, curious. So they want to be able to receive something that's going to keep them light and vibrant and awake. They want to receive your love. They want to receive your reassurance and support. They don't want to be deprived and starved. They don't want to be given something that isn't going to support them or help them or give them life force. They want to do the best for you. They want to give you their best. It's a little bit like, dear ones, imagining yourself being a child and, loving your parents so much, really wanting them to appreciate and respect you, and doing all the housework and studying hard, doing your homework, doing your chores, doing everything you could possibly do so that they will say, well done, good work. And then you feel that lift, that happiness because you've done a good job, and you feel that. That's what your cells want to feel. They want to feel that, but they get neglected or they don't get looked after, then they do start to rebel. Like the rebellious teenager, the cells can do the same within you. So tonight, beloved ones, I want to look at the sacredness of your cells. I want to look at the sacredness of your longevity, your resilience to tackle the intolerances that are happening around you and you're feeling at times within yourself. Excuse by maybe the close encounters of those around you, but maybe those things that you're hearing. There's a lot of conspiracy theories, a lot of things going around at the moment, a lot of things to give people more reason to be angry or afraid. But I want to come back to sacredness. I want to come back to harmony. Anything that's taken away your harmony, anything that's taken away your balance, you can't, or not can't, you don't want to afford that. You don't want to afford that. So if you can, doesn't mean you're ignoring it, but if you can be like the beautiful cake recipe that is even more exquisite because you add a sacred ingredient, that it tastes different, it feels different, and it is different, and nobody can put their foot on it, finger on it, then that's what I'd like you, dear ones, to be in your own life for yourselves. To add that sacred ingredient to everything that you do. And this is very important. Now that you've had a chance to slow down, most of you, to look at the sacred ingredient within you, to bring harmony into this beautiful vehicle so it can be a vehicle of light. You cannot be a good healer, practitioner, when you are feeling a lot of angst, a lot of upset, a lot of anger, resentment, or fear within yourself. This is your time, beloved ones, to feel the healer and the sacredness of your own divine blueprint, and to allow that now to soothe you through these times. Because as this time has come, this new earth that you've all been talking about and knowing about since 2012, and long before that, many of you've known about that this time was coming. And you're seeing that things that you've tolerated, especially many of you that are over the ages 40 and 50 and 60s and over that. There was a lot of things that you had to live through and tolerate within society, within government, within gender, within politics, within environment, that you knew weren't of integrity. And now this new energy that is coming is asking for integrity. And even now, as we come together, beloved ones, where it seems like there are so many people that want to take advantage of a difficult situation, because there are people out there that do, there are so many more that actually want to rise and shine and be of service and have something to offer. And all of you do. You are needed, my friends. You are all needed. You are so needed. So it is a time to realize that, and it is not a time to hide away. You all have your own groups of people that you can reach. There's 8 billion people on the planet, and there are people there that need what you have to offer them. And albeit in its different ways, whether it's your little communities, whether it's your bigger communities, whether it's your spiritual or earth communities, conscious or unconscious communities, they are all needing you now. So for you, it is about rising and shining as building that resilience through harmony and balance within yourself. So don't feel, you dear souls that are feeling a little bit isolated and that, you know, you're not contributing, or what do you have to contribute, or should you be contributing? Is it not an integral thing to do by seemingly profit on people's suffering at the moment? I've heard people thinking that and saying that as well. It is, well, you came here to do this. You came here to be here now, to go through this. However, your resilience and your strength is dependent on the harmonious environment that you can create within yourself, within your mind, within your body, within your emotions, within your home, within your food, within everything that you're doing. And it is often slower than what you're used to, the pace of rushing mind, rushing body, harmonious. Now remember, beloved ones, the power of your breath. Even if you are under pressure, I know there are some of you there that are out on the front line, and I honor all of you that are doing amazing work. Remember the power of your breath. You don't need so much time. People say I don't have enough time. But what you mean is, I don't have the peace I need, or the energy I need, or the space I need to catch up with myself. Wherever you are and whatever is happening, put your hand on your heart. Take a breath. Breathe in. Feel the heartbeat. Know that that heartbeat is the soul, the creator within you, the light within you. And as you connect with it, well, know that it's there and align with it. It's going to bring to you that realignment of what you need. And that can be better than 10 hours sleep or many hours of meditation, a couple of minutes of conscious breathing and connecting and allowing the presence. Because by being present, we've talked about this a long time, many do. It means you have to be prepared to keep dying, minute after minute. What happened in the past is no longer there. You don't need to talk about that. You don't need to focus on that. You don't need to live on that. If you could just purely be in this moment now, without worrying about anything else, and feel the presence of the heart, the God, the creator, the love, the light, the wisdom, then you're already all that is. And there's nothing else to find or to go to or to look for. And if you can remember to do this a few times a day, my dear friends, then your days are going to be more peaceful, more harmonious, more flowing, more synchronized, and more joyful. Because life is not meant to be a struggle, my friends. Even through this challenge, it's not so much easy either. It is a stretch, a big stretch, and it is not. It is not something for the faint of heart. It's going to ask a lot of compassion, but I can feel the difference between compassion and anxiety. Feel the power in compassion. I am in the moment engaging with this energy. I'm not running away from it because it's too horrible to look at. I can still feel it, but my heart is the creator of all life. So there's no shortage of what this energy can bring in this moment. I'm not going to lose myself. I'm not going to get drained or exhausted because I'm using the universal heartbeat. I'm using the creator light within me. I'm not using my little human self energy that's run batteries are going flat. I'm in this, and so my batteries are being recharged. How beautiful is that? So therefore, all the equipment is there, and all the other things in your toolbox are helpful, yes, but nothing can compensate for what's right here now. So anyway, beloveds, I've said enough. I think it's time that we went on a beautiful journey together, a very sacred journey to a very beautiful and special place. Quite often we do unique things on our gatherings, and tonight is another one. I'm going to take you somewhere I've never taken you before. Taking you somewhere I've never taken any human being before. This place is being reserved for those that you'll meet now. And it's a special entry pass, dear ones. So although we go now together as a group, not somewhere, I'm not saying you can never go there again, but generally I say in my meditations or path workings, now that I've guided you there, you can return any time. But this place, no, this is special entry. I want you to imagine the great magicians or the great sorcerers or the great scientists that are in the process of creating something new in their laboratories. Maybe not a good analogy in current circumstances, but you know, if you understand what I'm saying, the magicians in their magic rooms creating something special, a new formula, then they don't want to be disturbed while they're creating it until it is created. But tonight we got an entry pass to parts of the university. And so I'm very honored to be I've got special permission only a few hours ago to take you there. So please come and join me. Dear friends, as you breathe, receive the sacredness of life. Breathing in, receiving life. Breathing out and giving to life. The inward and the outward breath. Take your focus to your third eye, to the point of light just between your eyebrows. Follow that point of light into the middle of your brain, into the middle of your head. You go into the sacred star chamber within the center of your brain. You may wish to see this as a diamond star, long, tall points going up through the top of the crown, the other point going down through the throat, right down through the center of the body, between the legs and the base chakra, and then moving down into the earth, grounding you and holding you into this time and space and reality. And as we feel the other point of light moving up through the crown, up into the university of the stars, the university of the stars, for which I will take you in a moment. Little work to do here first with this environment to create a calm and peaceful space within your heart. I am asking for all of you to connect with my consciousness in this moment, to allow your consciousness to merge with mine, to merge into this place of enlightenment, of oneness, of love, where we all dwell, and deepest, deepest compassion. So as we are here, I want to just talk to your body for a moment. I just want to talk to every little cell within your body, every neuron, every atom. I want to invite them to come in to balance and harmony and to be receptive to the light that we wish to bring to them. So first of all, acknowledge the wonderful job that they do, keeping everything going under the huge pressures and challenges they have experienced, through the emotional traumas you've been through the mental anguish you've been through the trials and tribulations of life that you've been through the big decisions that you're making at this time that you've been through the person you have been and the person you are becoming, for the food you've given it, the food you haven't given it, or what it's received, what it needs, just honoring it for the amazing work that it does and how it holds you up every morning, gets you out, and how it hosts your evolution, your body. Just taking a moment to thank it with deepest gratitude, of sacredness. You have been given this incredible vehicle of a beautiful body to experience life as a human being. It's so sacred. It really is a very sacred thing, beloved ones. Most of you don't realize so much when you're in it, what a gift it is. This is your chance to commune with it for a moment. Deepest gratitude, touched by the sacredness of this beautiful body. I'm going to sing a little prayer to a blessing to your bodies. And so now as we bring the light for your bodies to the finish, it's almost like we're bringing the water to the horse that has been on a long journey, that is tired. We tie it up for a moment, let it rest, give it water, give it food, and you are going to come with me, beloved ones, with your permission. As we leave the horse behind, we leave the beautiful vehicle behind. Now we're going to move your consciousness up through the star center in the brain, through the pineal gland, the pituitary gland in the center, and follow the point of light, my friends. Feel yourself gravitating up through the point of light to the top of your head. The point of light of the star leads up to the great central sun. And even through the night, the sun is there. So we follow the point of light as we go through the immense power of the light of the sun. And as we come into that, there are many points of light that are branching off. A little bit like when you squint your eyes when the sun is shining, you can see these different points of light, and also on a camera if you shine it on. So these points of light are going in different directions. Choose the point of light. So this is the moment of choice. And you might not even know what you're choosing at the moment, but just see which thread of energy you're going to follow. We're going to follow the thread of energy, and we're going to go higher and higher and higher and higher. You're going to move, and as you're going through this point of light, you'll be aware of two light beings that are coming into your awareness, one to the left, one to the right, hovering beside you very gently in the air. And even though they're androgynous, one has a feminine, one has a masculine feeling to it. Quite angelic white beings in a white robe, very floaty, very gently, but they are escorting you through this tunnel and point of light. We are going higher and we're going higher and higher and higher. And we're going now through a beautiful blue mist. And as we go into the blue mist, dear ones, you become merged into the blue mist. Become part of the blue mist. And the blue mist begins to take form. And we are going now to the planet of your first ever creation of humanoid form on planet Earth, where those creators came together to create you, to give you your first physical form. So we come through the blue mist. We are in this beautiful planet. It is mountainous, but it's also very green, and it's also very colorful. So it is a little bit of different to what you'd imagine of snow-capped mountains. They are very green, very hilly. There are lots of flowers and they're beautiful colors. And there is an incredible temple that sits at the top of one of these mountains. It's very rainbow bright colors, fluorescent colors, and they seem to move and change. And everything is open. Big pillars, but it is a very interesting shape, this temple, something like you've never really seen before. Tall pillars of light, and then it has turrets. So it is like a combination of many different temples or monasteries you may have seen or experienced before, but it's not one of anything. As you come to the door, there's a very tall being, very, very tall, 9 or 10 of your feet tall, very, very thin and slim and tall, and pencil-like. And they come with an energy like a scribe. They have been waiting to assist you now. As we go to the next point, we go through a great big hall. with very high ceilings. It is a very quiet, peaceful place, but you can feel there is a lot of presence around. And then we're going to step into the most beautiful room you've ever seen with your eyes. And there are 4 beings, and they are around what looks like a globe, like a planet globe, except it is fluorescent light, white, silver, blue, and it's a sort of spinning, standing. And then all around there are bottles, and there are all kinds of jars and different things, which looks like different formulas. And you feel the concentration and the focus here. And one of them looks up, comes towards you, greets you, tells you you can come, not right to where they're standing, but where you can stand and observe. And as you stand here and observe, then you are looking at this globe, or the nearest that I can describe as a globe, spinning. It is round, but apart from that, it isn't a globe of just of Earth. It has many colors and many shapes and many codes and images that are rising within it. It's almost like going into a quantum hall of energy, of light. And from inside there is a formula that one of them picks out. It almost looks like liquid, like putting hands in liquid in water, but colored water. But the water doesn't run out of their hands or fall, but they scoop it up into their hands and they bring it closer towards you, but not too close. Maybe 2 feet away, 3 feet apart. And they cup the hand and show you, and you look into it. And as you look into it, it is shimmering of lights, like glitter. There's this shimmering light looks in it. It is amazing. It begins to take form. And you are looking back through time and space to when you were first created, when your consciousness was first created into a human form. That very moment. And you see the love that went into the ingredients of the formula creating you. You see the focus. You see the care. You see the sacredness and the nurturing. And you see there are so many that you cannot see, but you feel their presence. Masters and angelic beings, earth beings, beings from other worlds and galaxies that you've never seen or heard of before. And here you are, this beautiful sacred birth of creation, with her own and his own unique formula for life, for resilience, for vitality, for creation. And as we look at this, beloved ones, can you be humbled in this sacred moment to how very sacred you are, how very beautiful you are, and how you are so loved. And as you know that each of these beings are servants of the light of the Creator, that the very Creator that has no face but many faces knows who you are, knows your name, knows you personally. And as your consciousness merges with this blueprint of your very divine, sacred formula, you're invited to draw back into yourself that which you may feel you have lost, or that which you may feel is empty, or that which you may feel is tired, or that you may feel is afraid. And just feel as you're drawing it in, you're breathing it in. It's almost like you're feeling all those little particles of light stepping out and organizing themselves back into you again, recognizing and knowing you, and you knowing them. And there is this joy and there's this sadness of what has been and what hasn't been, but there is this celebration and reunion of yourself. Dear ones, put your hands on your heart. Really, really feel the sacredness of what you're doing in this moment. Feel the presence of the love that's here. Feel the peace that's here. Feel the alignment that's here. Feel the sacredness of you. Feel the deepest respect and honor that who you be. Take a moment, loved ones. Look at these beautiful beings here that know you. And although they may feel a little apprehension because maybe they weren't quite ready to meet you in this way, the permission's been granted. It has been deemed necessary and important for each and every one of you this night to be here now and to receive and to know and to be and feel the recalibration and the restoration taking place as your beautiful human being body sits back in relaxation back on planet Earth. And energetically, the transference of energy is received into the cells and the neurons of the body. And with deepest love and gratitude in your heart for all you have received to this very sacred place, we give thanks. Kunura Triyachan Tia Shuhule, Nisi Kahaya E Ina Ustaya, Tukurame Shahele, Taka Ana Ishinamaya, Aya Sama, Yaya Ho. Yeah. So now it's time to leave this place, dear ones, to allow them to continue with what they're doing in their preparation, in working on this next formula for you and your life, and your work ahead, and your journey ahead. As you make your way out into the hall, the tall pencil-like creature being, guardian, greets you again, makes your way back to the great door, the great hall. You stand here for a moment looking up and around you as you're standing on the top of this mountain. And as you look down, you realize the mountain is not connected to the earth. It's actually suspended in the air. And all around you, there's misty light. But you can still see the rolling hills in the distance, the beautiful colors. You take a moment to absorb this majestic view and the vibrations and the energy of all that it is. And take a moment to really breathe in this majestic, beautiful experience, sacred experience. And with that, reconnect with the point of light beneath you. Feel yourself as you merge into the light with the blue mist, and again you are met by the travelers each side of you that speak not, but you feel them holding you as they take you back safely down towards the planet Earth, back to your country, coming back through the ceiling of the room where your beautiful body is sitting and resting, coming back through the alignment of the crown center, down into the heart, spreading out this beautiful formula of light to every neuron and every atom of your being. And just giving it time to all settle down, my beloved one. Very slowly, when you're ready, you can open your eyes and return to this time and space and reality. Indeed, my dear beloved friends, I give thanks to every one of you that you have received and experienced a deep and beautiful, profound healing and a new awareness and a new love and respect for your beautiful vehicles and your beautiful lives and your beautiful journeys. Never underestimate the power of your love and your purpose to be here. Until we meet again, dear friends, let us tonight rest in healing. And if you wish to join with me, I invite you to come to my planet, the green planet, where we can do some further resting and healing in this recalibration of new energy. My love and blessings to each and every one of you. May you have a peaceful, restful, healing night. And may tomorrow you rise anew. My love to you, my friends.